Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Gawley, and welcome to Dr. Gawley, episode 25. I'm joined by a very special guest today, my girlfriend, Alyssa. Go ahead and say hi.
Hey, YouTube. I'm back.
Yep, she is back on Dr. Gawley yet again. She was in the last one, and it seems like a lot of people enjoyed it. It got over 1,000 likes, and I asked you guys in my last one if you guys would want to see her in another ones, and the unanimous decision was yes. So here she is, ready to help me answer some questions for you. And she's actually going to go ahead and read the first question that I received. But before she does that, I'm going to tell you guys how to submit a question. If you want to submit a question for this series, you go to tinyurl.com/drgawley and just ask your question there, and it might be in my next episode. So, without further ado, here we go. First question.
Alright. Hey, Dr. Gawley. I like this girl, and I told my friend to ask her to go out on a date with me, and I got rejected. So I am mad as a dog that growls, so I don't know what to do. So, Dr. Gawley of awesomeness, if you can help. Alright. You shouldn't get friends to ask a girl out on a date with you. You need to do it yourself. That's a do-it-yourself kind of thing.
Hey, Dr. Gawley. I sprained my wrist, and I'm scared that I'm not going to be able to go to school tomorrow because I can't write or do anything. Is there anything you recommend to help wrists? Your loyal fan. Thanks. Honestly, I think you'll be fine with going to school with an injured wrist. I mean, most teachers should understand that. Just write with your opposite hand for the meantime. And, it shouldn't be a big problem. But if you want to help your wrist out, you could probably wrap ice around it or wrap a wet washcloth around it, and it'll maybe reduce the swelling and give you a little bit more motion in your wrist and help it heal a little bit faster. Next question.
Alright. Hi, Dr. Gawley. I have an annoying stepbrother that pisses me off. He pretty much repeats everything I say, and my parents baby him. I feel like he never gets punished. I've told him to stop many times, and I kicked his butt, but he still won't stop. What should I do? By the way, you're awesome. Love your vids. Alright, so I was once told copying is the highest form of flattering. Little brothers and sisters, they really look up to people who are bigger and older, especially their older brothers and sisters. So he's just probably trying to be like you because he adores you. You're his bigger sibling.
So you should probably start trying to set a better example for him if that's the case, because he's trying to be like you and you're going ahead and beating him up all the time. What kind of message is that sending him?
Yeah,
you know?
Just be nice to him.
Yep. Hey, Gawley, I have been having trouble getting to school lately, and my parents are not so happy. What do I do? Well, I actually had this problem last school year, too.
Yeah,
sometimes,
really badly.
sometimes I would come into school late, like a minute or two, and it would count as an absence, or like a half-day absence, even if you're a minute or two late. So I know that this can be an issue, and I see why they're mad at you for this. But what you can do is, you can probably set an alarm clock across your room up. That's what I did. And it makes you actually get up out of your bed to turn it off. So you don't just like roll over, hit snooze, and then just go right back to bed. You actually have to get up and move before you turn that annoying thing off. You know what I'm saying? So you're for sure to get up. And you should also probably set it 5 minutes earlier than you normally would. That way you're for sure going to be there on time. Hey, Gawley, I'm skinny and taller than everyone else, and every day I'm immensely mocked for it. The only thing I want to do is play video games, and people insult me and call me things like nerd. What can I do to prevent this? Well, there's always that one really tall kid, and that just happens to be you. So you have to learn how to accept yourself if you want the insults to stop bothering you. And if all you want to do is play video games, then go ahead and play video games, and don't worry if people call you a nerd. It's none of their business what you're doing with your life. You can do whatever you want to do, bro. Dr. Gawley, my two best friends have been getting meaner and meaner, and the summer isn't helping because they live closer and I live half an hour away. So we haven't been talking much, and I feel like they have been pushing me out of the group. And I'm not popular nor sports. I'm overweight. The only thing I can think of is hoping new people come at the beginning of the year. Well, if they're being mean to you, then I don't think it's worth being their friend at all. I mean, even if they were your longtime friends, people grow apart. It's just how life is. And if they're going to be mean to you, it's not in your best interest to stick around taking that kind of abuse. I would try to find friends that don't ditch you for others and people that enjoy your company and share the same interests as you. Hey Dr. Gawley, I really like this girl at my school, and I already asked her out. Would it be worth asking her out a second time? If you really think she's the one for you and you don't want to give up on her just yet, then I'd say go for it, because it can't be any worse than the first time, and you've already experienced it, so what's so bad about doing it again? She might get annoyed if you keep trying to ask her, so if the second time doesn't go well, then you'll probably tell if she's really pissed. But if she isn't, then try a third time if you want, and you're going to have to pull out all the tricks in the book to get her attention. And you're going to have to really show her that you care for her and that you're the one for her. Dr. G, I live in Yuma, Arizona, and it's always hot, about 110 degrees. And I play video games all day, and I want to go out and play sometimes, please. If you can, thank you. Well, I would go outside during the night more if I was in Arizona, because it drops like 20 or 30 degrees whenever the sun starts setting. So it's going to get a lot cooler around sunset. So that way the sun isn't heating your body up as much and you won't be as hot. The only bad thing about this is there isn't much to do at night that's legal at that time of day. So you can't really see anything either. That's kind of why you can't do much. So I would try to be careful and watch out for those border hoppers.
Hey Dr. G, I have a serious problem. My half-brother has a cousin who is a little bit older than me, and I think I like her. Me and my half-brother have the same dad but different moms, and his mom's brother is his cousin's dad. My problem is I don't know if this is weird or not. If this is, then could you suggest a solution to getting over it? Thank you. Alright, it seems like you're pretty distant in the family tree from her, but it would still be kind of weird. I'd keep away just to keep the peace in the family, because what if you broke up with her? Like Christmas dinner and all that, that would be really, really awkward. So, find someone new, because going after her is only gonna create chaos in the end.
Okay, I am 13 and going into 8th grade. I'm going into a new school because in my last one I got bullied all the time. All I do is be quiet during class, and now I'm going to a more public school. I'm actually freaked out because there are ruder people at this new school. Thank you if you can help. Oh yeah, I'm a boy. Okay, so if this is a bigger school, then blending in should actually be easier for you at this one than your old one was. So, I think if blending in is what you're into, this is the school for you. I wouldn't try to do anything that would make you stand out in the first few weeks, because by the sound of this question, you sound like a very unconfrontational person. And if your name is out there, then people are going to talk about you and know who you are, and give you a reason to like get made fun of. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't do anything to stand out, you're not going to get talked about or bullied.
I'm a huge fan. I have this teacher who everybody thinks is so great, but to me she's the biggest bitch. She singles me out and then makes me look bad and embarrasses me. When I told the school, they didn't care, and when she found out, she threatened me and said if I told anybody she would make me pay. And finally she grabbed my arm and gave me a huge bruise. What do I do? And don't say my name. Thanks, Dr. G. Okay, if she's doing this, she could really lose her teaching license and get suspended. You should probably just go to the authorities and tell them about that, because that's like abusive.
She could actually probably do jail time for that too, so you gotta make sure your story's straight before you go to the police about this, because it'll basically just be your word against hers if no one saw anything.
If she does it again, you should take a picture of the bruise.
Yes.
Have proof.
Hey man, I'm in the grade below you from your town. Yes, you know who this is, but I'm very heavy set and was wondering if you had any good diets, because I have to get in school shape so I can get the bitches this year. LOL. So exercise and carb-free diets are probably the way to go if you want to lose weight. I would stay away from soda and eating before you go to bed, because both will create weight gain, and that's the opposite of what you want. So there you go. That's all you need to do, and eating right and exercise put together will do wonders. I'm really addicted to video games. I wanted to stop, but I can't. By the way, I'm fat. Please help. So I don't try to generalize people much at all, but by the sounds of things, you're using video games as an escape from reality. So I would try to find something in real life that you find enjoyable or entertaining, and try to do that more and more every day, such as after-school activities, volunteering, or working. Dear Dr. Gawley, please help, because a kid in my class who is always saying I am shit at football and it's annoying. What should I do? If it really bothers you and you want to do something non-violent about it, then challenge him to a 1v1 in football and have one of your other friends that's friends with both of you equally be quarterback. That way he can't say that, well, the quarterback's being better to you or better to him. It's even for both of you. And if you beat him, then every time that he says that you suck at football, you can just be like, yeah, who won that 1v1? I trashed you in, sucker. And then he'll stop talking. And then you won't be annoyed. There you go. Annoyance gone.
Alright, so that's it for this Dr. Gawley. If you liked it, please subscribe. And until next time,
Peace!